So most people probably don't believe in love at first sight. But for me, that phrase kind of means something a little bit different. So first of all, when you first meet someone, they're just somebody else. You don't know anything about them. You don't know what they're like when they're angry or upset or happy. They're just another person. And I think at which the point that you start to get to know someone, that's when you can start to fall in love. So when you get to start to know someone, you get to know all their individualities, all their little quirks that nobody else has, how they eat their food, how they laugh, what they do when they're happy. And it's more so the good things that you would focus on if you ended up falling in love. So for example, the way that they smile. Does their mouth crinkle at the edges when they smile? Do they get little chubby cheeks? Do their eyes scrunch up so you can barely even see them? Is it a toothy smile, or is it a gummy smile, or is it just the way that they talk? How do you feel when they talk to you? Is it a soft voice, a harsh voice, a loud voice, or a quiet voice, a rugged voice, or whatever voice? Is it the way that they look when they're all done up, ready to go out? Or is it the way that they look when they've just woken up and they're sending you Snapchats at 2 o'clock in the morning? But it's never just the physical things that make you fall in love with someone. And sometimes the physical things can be physical attractivenesses because of their personality. So sure, having an attractive face or a well built up body or a slim waist or a big butt or whatever could be attractive to whatever you find attractive, but that's not all that you end up falling in love. It sounds really cliched, but it is what is on the inside that makes you fall in love. And if what is on the inside is happy and pretty and great, so is the outside. So things like, are they generous? Are they kind? Do they listen to you when you need listening to? Do they give you good advice when you need advice from friends? Do you have similar interests? Being generous is one of the most important ones, I think, and not just with their money or sharing things, but more to do with themselves. So if they're generous with their time, with their effort, with their respect to you, that makes them a prettier person. When someone's generous with their heart and their happiness, you're more likely to be generous with your heart and your happiness to them. And it's in that moment that you open up your heart to someone else that you fall in love. Because once someone respects, forgives, trusts and encourages your heart to go and do what you want and go and do good things, that's basically what makes everything so worthwhile. But about the falling in love at first sight, I believe that the first sight isn't the first time that you see them. There may be a moment that you realise you've fallen in love, but there's never one point where you can say, I went from day 1 to not being in love, and then day 2 I was in love. It might only take days, weeks, or maybe even months, years, or whatever. When you've seen what they're like on their good days and the bad days, and you still love them for them, that's when you've fallen in love. The moment that you look at someone and think, I really want to be with them, or I really want to make sure that they last in my life, that is the moment that you realise whether you love someone or not. And even if they were pretty gorgeous before, they're even more gorgeous now because you know their personality, and it sounds really cliched, but their personality goes over their face. If they have a happy personality, they have a happy face. Now obviously this is just my opinion on what I think about it, and I'd love to hear your opinions, so feel free to put it below and tell me whether you do or don't believe in love at first sight. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Bye!